If you have read the 5-year issue series of Injustice and or have played the first game before watching this movie, you might be a little disappointed, but if you have little to no knowledge of the story, this movie is a great watch. The Injustice animated movie is based on the Injustice comics and games, mostly the first year of the comics, and this is not a one-to-one retelling of the story. If you have read the comics, you would notice a ton of content have been cut out and certain storylines were changed. First off, and spoiler warning, the Flash dies at the beginning. When I saw this, I was like, yep, it's not really going to be an exact retelling of the Injustice story. With a lot of changes such as Wonder Woman having a change of heart at the end, to Cyborg and Hawkman dying, to Ra's al Ghul being the movie's villain in the story and manipulating Superman and betraying him at the end, to Damian having a change of heart thanks to Deadman Grayson. With the ton of story the Injustice comics have, the movie should have been serialized, like the Death of Superman movies, which was split into. Compressing all 5 years into one story, a lot is gonna get cut and changed to service the current story they are trying to tell. The story of Injustice is the story where Superman lost everything, due to always getting caught by Batman. The Joker decides to switch things up by telling his ultimate joke, not by attacking Batman, but he turns his sights to Superman instead. He abducts Lois Lane, who is pregnant with his child, and plants a bomb timer on her heart, which when her heart stops beating, the bomb goes off. Superman is then tricked into killing his wife, whom he saw as Doomsday because he was affected by Crane's fear toxin, which was laced with kryptonite. As Lois' heart beats its last, the bomb goes off, destroying Metropolis. On that fateful day, Superman lost his wife, his unborn child, and his city. His descent into tyranny was due to the multiple factors that took place after. As his friend, Bruce did not help his friend grieve, being the stoic as he is, and left him to his woes, which made him a target for manipulation. And by the time he could level with his friend, his words were self-righteous preachings which contradicted even what he stood for. And by then, his friend was long gone. It does end like the way it ends in the game. They bring in another Superman from another universe to battle him and bring him back to his senses. It works well if this is your first time getting into the story, but if you are just like me who read and played the games, it's pretty jarring. There were so many events that took place before Superman's complete descent into madness, which will make you level with the character even more, showing that he didn't just change and he could be even right in certain aspects, giving you a choice to make and a discussion to be had. They didn't just make it black and white where there's a clear good and evil. It's mostly in the grey because Batman clearly did some underhanded things in the story, which will tend to make you second guess his preachings of justice. It seems the movie took time to build up only to come to an abrupt end and you will be like, what the hell just happened? The movie is not bad, but it's not great either. I didn't hate it. It kind of felt like the usual previous DCAU movies, kinda, but it could have been better if they took their time to tell the stories in a serialized movie format. The animation was pretty great and it is probably created by the same animation team who worked on the Mortal Kombat animated movies. So the fights were okay, nothing memorable except the brutality of certain scenes and the way they killed off certain characters. The latest DC movies really focus on the characters and their story in a way it's fulfilling to watch, which when needed will extend the story between movies, similar to Batman The Long Halloween, which is also a 2-part movie. We might get a part 2, which might focus on the continuous story based on the second game, but it wouldn't really make sense because Superman kinda repented for his actions in this movie, whereas in the games, he still felt he was right.
How many more innocent people die before you accept that some lives need to be taken?
Okay guys, what do you think of the Injustice movie? What was the favorite part of the story which didn't make it into the movie? Let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out a lot. And remember guys, to keep moving forward.
Now that's a punchline.